Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Chicks and Salsa. There's only two of us chicks though tonight. Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Hello there, Candy. How are you? How was your weekend?
My weekend, my weekend was like all sports, completely all sport. Like on Saturday, at one point, I had two TVs going with two different. Like you talk about picture in picture. No, I had two TVs, not picture in picture. But
My goal is to have there's a sports bar in my hometown that has there's like four huge giant TVs, and they're like it looks like just like one big one, but they have like four different games going on Saturday. Yeah, that's my goal in my house, to have like them all right there on the wall, and they're yeah, so I can see
mhm.
everything at one time.
Exactly. You don't want to miss, and it's like, and it's yeah. But we are missing three of our chicks,
I
but
know.
two of them are doing like out in the field. They're covering the ACC basketball sip off, so they're the start of the basketball season for college. Whew.
I know. It's October already. We're getting ready for that. Like that's wow.
It is, and so that's Megan and Miss Jen. Since she's there, I don't. They ACC always does everything over in Charlotte, so she lucks out. She's right there.
Exactly. There's no travel time. They're
Exactly.
just right there. So yeah, definitely next week we're gonna have to hear all about that because that's a cool experience.
That is yes. And Carrie's just a little under the weather, so we are hoping that she feels better and that she's taking time out for herself tonight um,
Yes.
to
So
rest.
hopefully we can hold it down pretty well.
Hopefully, I
I
think we.
know.
I think we
I
can.
know. We got our two favorite, baseball and football. Come on. What
I
else? Hey.
know, exactly. Like, okay, so speaking of, we talked about Saturday, and I was saying how this weekend I've been watching, like, I had two TVs going. So it started with uh, my Wisconsin Badgers lost to Michigan Wolverines. So if all of you don't know this, I am a Wisconsin person. My husband is a Michigan person. So it was the
Eh,
battle of our house.
Shame on him.
Yeah, well, he's from Detroit. I can't knock him because he's backing the teams that he grew up with. So but so they clashed. But at the same time, my Milwaukee Brewers were also playing Saturday. So at the same time, so I'm like, which do I watch? And I
How
kind
did
of
y'all manage that?
it was tough. I honestly, I think I watch more of the Brewers, and it's kind of funny because I love football. It would probably be my first love, and then baseball. But the Brewers are in the postseason, and like, let's face it, it's still regular season for college. Yes,
Hmm.
yeah, it's my team against my husband's team, but I didn't have high expectations for my Badgers against the Wolverines. They're just not. I mean, they were on their third string quarterback. Let's put it that way. What does that tell you? You know?
Oh gosh. See, that's pretty crazy. See, it's so weird because I went to the University of Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we're basketball school. We're trying to add football in there. We did win our game on Saturday against UCF,
Mm-hmm.
but we're trying. We got a brand new stadium. So I mean,
Nice.
they redid our stadium. So I mean, we're trying to be, we're trying to do it all.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I get it. You know, and then after that, we watched the Gator game. And then after that, at night, we had both the Hurricanes against Florida State on one TV. And then his Detroit Tigers are also in the playoffs. So we had baseball again.
See, I
So,
watched the Gator game. I did watch that one.
hmm
So I did watch that game. That was a really good game.
hmm
And but then what did I do Saturday night? I don't even remember now. I don't even remember. But yeah, but I did watch the Gator game. I watched the KU game. So that was kind of my Saturday, but yeah. And then of course I'm trying to get a little baseball in there and watch a few games. So yeah.
yes. So, what I've noticed about the baseball that is that pitching has been kind of key,
Hmm.
and good and bad. I'll put it that way because Toronto has scored like a ton. I mean, I kind of I'm not going to say this. I can't say that I feel sorry for Yankees fans. I just can't. I mean,
I
they're
don't
always
either.
up there,
I
but
don't.
they're getting beat pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, I always the Yankees are always the team I feel like that the high one of the highest paid rosters.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, it's like the scale is like this with everybody because
Mhm.
they're here and everybody's down here. And so it's like, okay, well, we've got this big roster, so we know we're gonna win. It's just like, okay, just give us a little bit and we're gonna win. And
The
this
first
year I want the underdog.
the first game, Toronto beat the Yankees 10-1. And you're right, like the Yankees have one of the highest payrolls. Then the second game, Toronto beat them 13-7. That's a lot of scoring for
That's
baseball.
a whole lot of scoring, especially on a Yankees team. That's a whole lot of scoring.
That is. I will say now, my Brewers, they have almost half the payroll that the Chicago Cubs have.
Is it a
And
half or is it a third?
no, it's half. It's like the Cubs are like at 214 million, and I think the Brewers are or 211 million, and the Brewers are at 104, 114 million. So like
Okay.
it's almost half.
Yeah.
And and what that tells me is that it's not always about the highest paying. I mean, because look at the
No,
Mets aren't even in there either.
no, no. You don't have to be the highest paid to do really well in a sport. Like I don't believe that. It's just kind of like I believe that there are people who never made it to professional sports
Hmm.
that would be amazing athletes. They just somehow slip through the cracks.
Hmm.
You go on any intramural, go to any basketball court, any flag football, you will see some amazing players, and you're like, how did you miss out? Like, how did you not get into college to play? Or, how did a team not even put you in their minor league from high school? Like, there's only so many spaces,
Right.
but sometimes I've seen people and I'm going, you made it, but that person didn't. Like, how was that? Because that person is an amazing athlete. Like,
I agree.
yeah. So definitely don't have to be the highest paid to be the best.
No, not at all. The one thing I will say, and I've talked about this before, is that the Brewers gel really well together. Like
Hmm.
there's not the big name. Just Christian Yelich is pretty big name, but there's not like the Judge or any of those big name payroll guys
Hmm.
like the Phillies or like Shohei Otani or anything like that. But these
Right.
guys are scrappy and they're playing together and they're just having fun. They're loose. I think part of it is they're considered the underdog. So they don't have the pressure of you've got to be that you've got to, win, you got to score runs. And it's a family affair. And so much so.
That's key. That is key. You just said it. It's a family affair. That's
Mhm,
key. And I think too, when you are not when you're in their position, I think you connect better because there's no big celebrity on your team.
right.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So there's no big celebrity. So everybody's doing things together. They are the ones that I call the cheers group. Like, the sports bar cheers. If everybody remembers that show where they all get together and they're hanging out together. And that's what the Brewers remind me of, a team that they hang out together outside of work. And
Mhm,
so they get along, they communicate well. You can tell that they communicate well when you watch them play, that they
mhm.
communicate well, and nobody is trying to be the star of the
Nope,
team.
nope.
So, I mean, I hope they win. I really do. So neither one of my teams are in it. So I hope they win.
I appreciate that. I hope so too. That would be nice. I mean, I do like the fact that, and I shouldn't say this too loud, but the Brewers and Seattle are the two teams that have never won a World Series.
Correct. And that would
So
be great.
so Seattle is still in it. They're playing against the Detroit Tigers right now. So that's my husband's team. So I have to be really cautious about, who
House
I'm rooting
divided.
for. But
House divided.
yes, exactly. House divided.
House
It
divided.
that happens quite a bit because our football teams, our baseball teams, our basketball teams. Luckily for him, we don't have a hockey team that goes against his. We're not in the NHL, so he's okay
Okay,
with hockey.
that's a good thing. And just
That is,
think, you're still married.
we are. And to be honest with you, Dawn, I bet you didn't know this. We actually, the day we got married, the Lions played the Packers on our wedding day.
Oh, no way.
Yes,
No.
yes. We got married on January 1st.
Okay, and who won
So
the game?
New Year's Day, the Packers.
Okay, that's why you're still married.
But the Lions have gotten the best of us kind of a couple times lately in the last couple years.
I
So
know they have. They're trying.
they are. They are.
I love to see that the Lions have just blossomed. So I love it.
Hmm.
I love it. Yeah, I'm here
And
for it. Until they play my Chiefs, I'm here for it. So yes.
even they've flourished, I'd say, this year, even without the two, like we all wondered. Their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator went and took head coaching jobs. One's doing a little bit better than the other right now.
Hmm.
Um, but we all wondered, like, how would they rebound? How would, the new coaching staff fit with, and
They've done well.
they have done well.
They've done
Hmm.
well. They have adjusted, and yeah, that is a good thing. I mean, yeah, that's a really good thing. They've adjusted.
Hmm. So tell me, let's talk NFL since we started
Oh,
transitioning. There is,
so here's what I do love. This is the part of the season I love. Now, every team has lost at least one game.
yep.
This is the part that I love. Like the whole nobody's want everybody's at 4-0, 5-0, and all that. So this is the part that I love because it starts to get really, really competitive. And we're in the time frame where now some of the teams, some had a bye week, some are their schedules are getting a little tougher.
Hmm.
And now everybody has at least lost one game.
Hmm.
Um, I do feel sorry. Like this, what is it? The Saints, the Giants. Who else is it? Tennessee and Cleveland. They all are 1-4. So
Hmm.
they're 1-4. And then let's see, Buffalo, the Eagles, 49ers,
Well,
Detroit, and the Charge,
the,
and the
the,
Jacksonville.
the Jets have not won any game. They're 0-5.
Yeah, that's right. The Jets have not won any game. Yes, forgot about them. So
Hmm.
there's about five teams that are 4-1. The Jets haven't won anything. There's about seven teams that I think are 1-4, and then everybody else is kind of in between. Like they're 3-2, 2-3, that kind of thing. So this right now is where things to me get interesting. Um, and I will have to say, yes, my team lost last night. However, Travis Hunter, that catch that he did last night was insane. Like, I'm going, oh my gosh, like that is insane. Um, and Trevor Lawrence going in and stumbling and getting in the end zone was insane. Our 12 penalties wasn't so nice. We had a lot of those, so we gotta, have some, talk. We gotta have some practice to get that in. But
The
I
pick
mean,
six
there was,
on the 1 yard line wasn't really
yeah, that was
like that
crazy.
was
I'm like,
uncharacteristic.
and honestly, that's how we lost with that. Like, that's really how we lost. But I think the games that really surprised me was like Philly almost lost.
They did lose.
I mean, I'm sorry, not Philly. Oh my God, it wasn't Philly. It was the Tampa. Who was it? Somebody almost lost, and at the very end they won. Maybe it was the Chargers. I can't remember who it was. Somebody almost lost.
Yeah,
I watched
let's.
so much football this weekend. I can't remember who it
I know.
was.
I know.
And Philly won at the very end. So, they were,
Mhm.
and that was a really good game because I actually thought they were going to lose. So I mean, the games this week were really good. And yeah, it was a really good week, and this is when it starts getting really interesting. To he's who's gonna do what. Like, I mean, Philly plays the Giants this week. I mean, so I'm not, I'm really not. I mean, I kind of going, yeah, Philly's gonna win that one. So they're playing on Thursday night. but it's gonna be some good games. I know we play the Lions
Ooh,
Sunday.
okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be an interesting game.
That will be.
But yeah, so but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Tampa Bay does, what the 49ers do, and the Chargers. The Chargers have just come out bang busters. Like they are just like, we're in this, we are going to be in this, and you are not going to count us out this year.
Yeah, the only thing is Chargers are going to go against the Dolphins. Now, the only thing I will say is I wonder how close McDaniel's job is on the line because
It's on the line.
they're not performing like anybody thought they would.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's on the line. It's
hmm
on the line. Yeah. He's yeah. He's got to get some things going. Um I will say this. I lived in Cleveland when Baker Mayfield was in Cleveland, and I wasn't a big fan at the
hmm
time. I do think now he's found his place.
hmm
Um, and I think that might have been what it is. Because when he was with, what was it, Oklahoma?
hmm
And so I think with Tampa Bay, he's found his place and he's kind of moving along. So they're playing well. And
I,
that's yeah.
I would agree. I mean, I think one of the surprises to me was this past weekend was how far the Ravens stumbled.
Yes.
I mean, I
That
know
is
Lamar was
crazy to
injured,
me.
but I'm like, he doesn't make that whole team. I mean, I was
Yeah.
shocked.
I think the Ravens have got to Lamar's he is athletic, and I say it all the time. He is athletic. He's got to heighten his QB IQ. He's got to get that up there, but his team has got to, like, they got to do what the Brewers do. You got to become a family. You got to work together.
hmm
And I think that's what they need. They got to start being in sync with each other. Um, and I will say this, Lamar is really good, but he's not trying to outshine the team, if that makes sense. And
hmm
so I think what they've got to do is they've got to hone into that, because he's not trying to be the star of the team. He's just trying to make sure that you all win the game.
Right.
And he's doing his job, and he's doing his job well. And they've got to protect him. They've
hmm
got to get better at protecting him. And their defense, I mean, they're good, but they have got to really, really be in sync with each other. And
hmm
so, because if they can come together, they're going to be a powerhouse. But they'd be the team to beat. But until they kind of get it together, which is one thing I say that Buffalo has done. I mean, granted, there are rivals when it comes down to it. What Buffalo has done is they have gotten it where they are in sync together.
But how do you feel that they did when they lost to the Patriots this weekend? Like, were we surprised that Mike Vrabel's Patriots beat Buffalo in
Oh,
Buffalo?
so now let's the flip side of this. I was loving every minute of it. Now, mind you, I am not a Patriots fan at all. I wasn't a Buffalo fan. And I don't even know what made me decide to watch that game, because at first I was like, oh, yeah, Buffalo's going to beat them. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to watch it. And I started watching that game and I'm going, okay, wait, is this like a real, like, hold on. Like, am I watching a rerun of like 10 years ago, like 12 years ago? I was like, wait a minute. The Patriots are beating the Bills. Like, I called my friend and I'm like, are you watching this? And she's like, yeah, this is like weird. Like, this is really, really weird. But even with them losing that game, I actually think that game might have humbled them a little bit, because
Mhm.
the Patriots have not been doing well. So I think that game kind of humbled them, because I think they went in there going, we're going to win this game. This is easy. We're going to knock this out. And they got surprised. But a lot of times that happens when a team is doing very well. They walked in there with, what, a 4-0 record,
Mhm.
and thinking, oh, yeah, this is going to be easy. And they got fooled. So, yes. Now, how far I think the Patriots are going to go, not very far.
Right.
I think
But
that was just a whim.
But it is they are 3-2, so it's not like they're bottom of the
No,
barrel.
they're not bottom of the barrel.
No,
No. But I think the Patriots have another 2 years before they're going to go back to being a great team.
give Vrabel a couple of years to get
Hmm.
more of his guys in there, more trained, more synced. I
Yes.
agree with that. Hmm.
Yep. It's going to take a little bit. But yeah, for me, I have several friends that are Buffalo fans, and I was loving every minute of it.
Tennessee came away with beating Arizona. So they
Oh
got their
yeah.
first win of the season, even though so as you know, I cover the Miami Hurricanes. So I covered
Hmm.
Kevin Ward last year. And he's had it rough this year. And let's face it, any number one draft pick, when you go number one, that means you're going to a bad team.
You
So
sure are.
a bad situation. And he's not doing well, but that to me, I expected that because
Oh
even
yeah.
a really good quarterback can't overcome a bad offensive line and some of that other he doesn't have the greatest receivers. He's had it rough. Like he didn't throw any touchdowns this weekend. He threw one interception, so his quarterback rating was 64.6.
Yeah, it
Not
was
good.
bad.
But he had 265 yards, so that's not bad. I mean,
Hmm.
and they won the game. Like he got his first win as an
And that
NFL
was, and you know what? I love that for him. Because like you said, anytime you're the number one or two quarterback coming in, um, you're going to the teams that they're at the bottom, and any good quarterback that comes in first or second, on the list, that it's like with the Patriots. I said it's going to take them about 2 years. Whoever his coach, whoever that person comes in who's coaching has to know your new quarterback is not going to show their strength probably for a year or two. They're
Right.
going to, first of all, they got to get used to being in the NFL. So that's one. And they're
Yep.
coming to a team that has been losing. You're at the bottom. That's why you were their first round draft pick. So now you got to have him. They've got to get some more picks in there. They've got to increase their line. That is not a 1 year turnaround. That is a 2 to 3 year turnaround. Now, do I think in the next 2 years is he going to be a good? He is going to be a good quarterback. He does have a good quarterback IQ. Do I
Mm.
think he's going to be good? Yes, and I think he's going to be good right where he is. They've just got to get a few more people on that line on both sides, offense
Mhm.
and defense. And I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with. As he's going to be the same. He's the same as um, Mayfield, Baker Mayfield.
Mhm.
Same thing. It's just that I don't think he's going to need to leave his team to do it. But I
Mhm.
think in if with about 2 years under his belt and them getting some better picks, he's gonna be in a good position. And he's in a good position with a good fan base.
Right.
He's got a base that is going to that's what they've been looking for. So
Mhm.
he's gonna end up getting people behind him, and I think he'll do very well.
And we can't forget to talk about Jen's Carolina Panthers beating the Miami Dolphins. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Gosh,
at home.
I've got to go to I've got to get to a Panthers game because we have talked about how bad they have been over the years, and I'm like, I'm going, they beat who? They beat, huh? What? Yes. So that was a shocker. It
Hmm.
was definitely a shocker. But I also think it was luck. I got lucky.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. How about Indy spanking the Raiders 40-6?
You know, I honestly, I mean, we haven't seen them since oh God, I can see his face. That was their coach.
Pete Carroll.
Tony. No,
Pete
not Pete
Carroll?
Carroll.
No.
Yes, yes. Was it Pete Carroll?
Mhm.
Yes. So I could see his face. And I think with Indy, they have surprised everyone this season.
Daniel
They have a
Jones.
pretty good record right now.
Daniel Jones resurgent. He just needed maybe a different team, a different, you know,
Hmm.
um, out of the New York market.
Yes. That's a weird market to be in.
It
That
is.
that is a very, very, between Buffalo, the Jets, and the Giants, it's just weird. And so I think he's, yeah, the Colts are surprising everyone this season.
They are. They're doing well.
They are. What about Flacco getting traded
I
to the
know.
Bengals?
Well,
That's gonna be interesting.
The Bengals needed it because we all know. Oh, why can't I think of his name? Who went down?
Yeah, I know. I can't think of it either.
I can't. I'm having a hard time articulating what I want to say. Right? Um,
Hmm.
let's face it.
Hold
We
on.
we talked about Cleveland having so many quarterbacks in the beginning. They had Shadur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Flacco,
Correct.
and they had already gotten rid of one, Joe Burrow. That's who.
Yes, yes.
And he went down with an injury, so
And he's
um,
out.
he's out with a toe injury. So they needed to do something, and Flacco gives them experience,
He does. Yes, he
and
does.
and they had already talked about demoting him and putting Dylan Gabriel in, a young quarterback that shows a lot of promise.
Hmm.
So I think it made both teams made out. Honestly.
I think they both made out. And I'm excited to see what he does. His first game being with the Bengals. I want to see what he does, because I think he may be what they need. And he may, they may not have the greatest record this year, but I think they'll do better
Hmm.
with him coming out there. I think, with the Browns have got to figure out what they're doing. Now, I am not opposed to a round robin with quarterbacks when you have good quarterbacks, which, my honest opinion, with who they have, I honestly think the Browns, forgive me for saying this, would do very well if they would start using what they have. We're so used to the star quarterback is pretty much the only one that plays. And sometimes I'm thinking, maybe you need to use, like, okay, you know what? It's third quarter, or it's half of the second quarter. Let us switch our quarterback and let's do something a little different. And that may get them, because, teams are watching film every week of the same quarterback. What if you changed it up a little bit and put somebody else in there and throw them off? And I mean, the Browns have a list of quarterbacks to do that. They
They
need
do.
to use them. They need to use them instead of just having them sit by. You've got Sanders. You've got Dylan. Why are you not using them?
Right. Right. I think it'll be interesting. We were just talking about Joe Flacco going to the Bengals. The Bengals come to Lambeau Field this weekend and get my Green Bay Packers. So Joe Flacco, that is going to be. I mean, that's a tough defense. Micah
That's very tough.
Parsons. I mean, that's a tough defense to start on your new team on a short week. Because let's
Yeah,
face it, they just traded him today. So how
right.
much are you really going to
He's
know?
gonna get like 3 practices in,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the time watching tape to see
Yep.
what to do. Like, that's here's what I'll say. If he can go in, and even if he doesn't win, but he makes that game really close,
Mm-hmm.
that shows how well he is as a quarterback. Because
Yep.
they're probably going to get maybe 3 practices in. Maybe.
Right.
You figure Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
And I don't know if he has to normally, don't they normally do a physical to make sure that there's nothing wrong too before that? So
Correct.
we
They
might
may have done
yeah,
the physical already, though.
he might have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cincinnati to Cleveland isn't that far. So, yeah.
No.
So I mean, he could have got there in 45 minutes and got the physical done, and yeah, so, but I mean, 3 practices, and playing on Sunday, that's tough.
And going on the road to
Correct.
you know, to Lambeau. I mean, not that it's what it used to be, but it still is the mystique,
Lambo is Lambo.
you know. Yeah, it always will be.
Yes.
So, man, I'm excited for this weekend. I can't wait to see that game. I can't wait to see the Lions Chiefs. Honestly, it's in Kansas City. You know that.
Yes, it is on our home turf. I cannot wait to be there. It is going to be exciting. I am going to be in my gear. So we have this family joke that my daughter can not watch the game. She cannot wear a Chiefs shirt. That's why we lost before because she had it on. So she cannot have it on. She can't put anything on Sunday. We She used to go to the games with me, but yeah, so she's not allowed to watch the game. She has to go in her room. And I have my 4-year-old grandson now. He calls it the red team because when he's looking at it, but he's learning like the different names of the teams. And he's going by their logos. So yesterday he was going by the Jaguars, and he's learning the
Mhm.
different teams. And so I'm like, okay, Sunday it's like, we got to go for the red team. We got to go for the red team. That's what I have to keep telling him. So yes. But yes, so that is now his new thing, is that time with me is watching football.
Nice, nice.
Yes. But Sunday is game time at the game for sure.
I think I would be remiss if we didn't on. Not that I'm going to do it nearly like Megan does it, but the WNBA finals are going on. The
Yes.
Aces are lead the series 2 games to nothing. The next game is on tomorrow night, so game 3 of the finals, and I
And they're
just
going to win it. They're going to win it.
they
Yes.
are.
Yes. They're going to win it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to watch a couple of, at least the second half of the game tomorrow. So, but I have confidence. They're going to win it.
They've won the other two like pretty convincingly, 91-78, and the one
Correct.
before that was a close game. That was 89-86, but they did win both.
And it'll be close tomorrow, but I think they're gonna win it.
Yeah,
They're so close. They're almost there.
I agree. Dawn, we've been
I
talking over 30 minutes.
I
And it
know.
went
Well,
by so
it
quickly,
was
right?
good to see you.
Oh, it was great seeing you. We missed everybody else. We missed
I
Carrie
know.
and Megan, but we know that they're doing their own thing and representing the brand and getting our names out there. It's
Oh,
awesome.
yes, and let's all get back together next week. Hopefully everybody can all come and you guys can see all five of us.
Yeah, and we'll be able to hear about their experience at the
Yes.
kickoff. I want to say kickoff, but it's not kickoff because it's not football. Tip off.
Yes. All right. Well, everybody have a great week.
Enjoy the playoffs, MLB playoffs, the football, the upsets for college. Hey, you never know. There might be some upsets coming in the NFL this weekend. You never know.
Definitely. All right. See you
Enjoy.
soon.
Thanks, everybody.